All right. Boom. Boom. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the support. Urban Conservative, live and direct. Masters of Disguise, Candice Owens and the Lloyds of London. Operation Blixet. Press 1 and hit that like button. When you come in here, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. For so. Shout out to the people who been here. I put out my thing early today. I put out my program early, maybe around 8 o'clock, just to see who was going to tap in with me so early. And shout out to the people who was up in here early. Those are the people who was on my Patreon, of course, at the correct tier. And I just love that. You know what I'm saying? Because it helped me see progressing forward who is who and what is what and the reason behind it all. You know, it's always good to see who's in, like, who's attending class and just fucks with me just to fuck with me as I build this awesome Channel 54. See who up in here. Taj, Royal Purple. Listen, Amanda's up in here. Yours truly, Shiva, TJ, Bocat, Lewis, shout out to y'all. Brittany's up in the building. And Anjanita Moore. Shout out to y'all. Brian King was up in here. Shout out to you, sir. Yeah. Yeah, Forrest Glory is in the building. Shout out to you. Just check in, trying to see who in class and who making their way around. It's a blessing to see it all unfold. It's a blessing to see it all unfold. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, mm, mm. It's a blessing to see it all unravel itself right on the internet. Every day is something new. Especially when you researching. Like me, I'm a natural born researcher. And the people around me are natural born researchers. So we always formulating and seeing how far these little rabbit holes go. For you, the people who just got shit to do at work and people who just don't want to research, them too. Shout out to y'all. We still, the show must go on. The class must go on. You know? So shout out to the people who way in the back, but they still in class. They still in class. Shout out to y'all. What's up, Tim Pittman? D-Jack is in the building. Billionaire Status is in the building. Todd 43rd. You in the building. You in the building, sir. Royal Purple is in the building. Thank you, sister, for your contributions. I was just talking about your support on the show and that type of shit that make us keep going around this the YouTube street, or you know, as we like to call the YouTube street, and all the programs that we do over here. So now it's time. Oh, I almost forgot. And now it's time to talk about that real political stuff that's out there and who to watch out for, taking what we already know, given history. Yeah. I gave you guys last semester we talked so much about history. You should be able to see every ideological subvert that's out there. Not all of them, but you should see at least the basic level. You see, you know, the pharmaceutical people send their people in all the time. Outside folk from different nations, they send their little subverters in all the time. And you got to know, watching media, what a corporate subverter is. Press 1. See, the corporation and insurance companies of the world, they all in deep shit. The bankers, all of them is in deep water. You probably don't know that because you've been bopping and dancing around with your favorite hip hopper in a democratic mindset your whole life. So you probably ain't paid no mind to it. Press 1. But they're in deep water. And they just, it's going to be inflation. Or it's inflation. Well, if it's inflation, ain't nobody can do about it but the bankers. The international bankers who got you locked into debt bondage. about to trying to sell you to China or the United Emirates or the highest bidder. Press 1, they find presidents with secret documents all over the place. You worried about YNW Melly. Press 1. You worried about the wrong shit. You got your priorities fucked up. You worried about relationships issues and you ain't even in no damn relationship. You got your priorities fucked up. Shout out to Deb is in the building. Shout out to Teresa. Shout out to you too, Teresa. Shout out to Kimberly. Shout out to you, ma'am. One Mike, what up with you, champion? Yeah, Lori is in the building, champion. Bocat is in the building. Shout out to you, bro. Yeah. So you should know by now, we study ideological subversion. And, I'm not saying we 100% accurate, but we 100% accurate at making you think a hell of a lot more than you have been. That's for a damn sure. What you do with the information is on you. You're in this world just like everybody else is. You want to be a part of KevRow Conservative? Go to KevRow University. Go over there, sign up to the Patreon. Let me know. Kev, I want to be a commentator on the Urban Conservative, man. What's up, man? What's up, man? As we progress forward, don't say I didn't tell you now, okay? Shout out to Miss Savannah Yemaine. Farm Her Nancy is in the building. Teron Miller, Shorty McGriff. What up with it? So, yeah, y'all see me over the last couple of years. I supported Candice Owens, and I feel like she let me down. And I seen it, but I didn't want to say nothing. I didn't want to say nothing because everybody is their own person. So you try not to, you take what you like about a person and you do your best. But I really see Donald Trump as a sincere person when it comes to the United States of America. Press 1. So anybody riding with Trump in the Democratic Party, I'm with you because it's only a few of us in the real black community. So when I seen a sister talking his way, that made my heart flutter a bit. Press 1. The same way the manosphere get confidence from Andrew Tate and seeing the possibility of them seeing something great. Press 1 and they going, oh man, this is a good time. The same shit I've seen in this woman. Right here. Hit that like button. She let me down big time. But it's all for something. You don't get upset at the time. You let people do what they do. You let life goes on, as Tupac Shakur say. Life goes on. But the truth will set you free. I was always wondering, why is she going at Patrice Collar so hard? I mean, it was the big corporations who made all of the money. Yeah, she mismanaged. She admitted that. The first time handling so much. Then I do my research, and Candice Owens has some mismanagement issues of her own. Press 1. It seems Candice Owens been raising money for quite some time in response to Black Lives Matter. We're going to get to that. Yeah. Her whole program is to me, it's just a made-up fiction. Some type of character that was sent in by the Lloyds of London to destroy. Press 1. I was already thinking, like, how are you with the so-called slave master who already admitted? How are you against slavery when the Lloyds of London already admitted to murder? Press 1. How are you against reparation? Excuse me. How are you against reparation when the Lloyd of London, after we exposed them, Press 1, has already come out and say, we did it. Damn, we're sorry. The information is too deep. Her little dweeb husband is a Lloyd, of course. I always thought this was contradictory. To even date a Lloyd as an African American is blasphemy to the ancestors. Press 1. Miss Blasphemy, press one. That they are not to be dated for 1,000,000 years. Press one. No Lloyd. That's got me thinking about George Floyd a lot different. About this all this shit she been spewing to raise money anti George Floyd or anti reparations or anti Black Lives Matter. And I'm thinking, wow, why? It's okay to understand that it's George Soros and all of this, but the basic underlying meaning in the way you are demeaning Black lives is profound, prolific. Like Nipsey Hussle say, prolific. Never seen nothing like it except on David Chappelle. Never. So those questions, and now I see that she don't even like Donald Trump no more. Why? Why is your life one big ball of a contradiction? Why? Why can't you just stick to something and that be you? This lady's been on the up and up under the guise of social. Oh, there, damn Balenciaga, Kim Kardashian. Oh, Meghan and Prince Harry. Oh, my friend Kanye. Press one. Kanye's robbed. They freeze him. Tate, your other buddy. Press one is in for human trafficking. Press one. And you got a whole history you got to explain, young lady. Press one. I bet you probably seen my thumbnail. It is my new live stream series. Press one. It is called, what's the name of this? A lot of y'all don't know what we doing. It's two blacks in blackface. Blixet. Press one. That's Officer Tatum. Y'all can Google and YouTube that former NFL player, according to him. Press one. It's gonna be a fun week. It's gonna be fun. Blixet, the greatest liar ever exposed. Now she went at Black Lives Matter. So we're gonna explain how she profited, and they profited over $7 million because of Black Lives Matter. In fact, they were supposed to do a lot of reconstructing with the revenue that they raised for the actions of Black Lives Matter. Press one. How much of this money went back into the black community? None. Press one. In fact, they lost revenue after Candice Owens upped her salary after losing money to $250,000 a year. Press one. So she is, in fact, a mini-me of who? Patrice. And she's supposed to be helping because of what they did. Press one. Raised $7 million. Press one. They don't know what happened to it. It just fell to the ground. Press one. It just fell to the ground. And that's why I say, man, you know, this woman ain't who she says she is. So I'm watching. It takes me back to who's defending Andrew Tate. And it's Blixet, the officer, and Candice Owens. Press one. So I created two blacks in blackface for Blixet. Press one. This is what you would call blackface at its finest. They don't send two Negroes, two of them. You hear me? Two of them. To galvanize black folk and make it reparations, and you don't deserve it, and why y'all keep running from the police, and y'all listen to too much rap music and bibbidi bop. Press one. He's on here every day. Look at this mad black woman. Every day Brexit is on a computer. Blixet. And a lot of people never heard of Blixet in the urban community. Get used to it. Get used to it. Blixet. Because it was created by Europeans. Press 1. Y'all, follow me though. They use these people, press 1, to push. I'm not just talking here. See, I don't just talk. I'm not these people who can just gonna get up on this computer no more and just talk. I brought my notes. See, I can freestyle, but why? Press 1 when I can get better at this. Press 1 and we can do it together. See, I brought my notes today. Press 1 way in the back, bungalow, stand up. Yeah. See, I brought my notes. See, it's a Blixet, a term originally coined by Milea Connolly, is a portmanteau of black and exit. Press 1, which means Brexit, the word used to describe the United Kingdom's withdrawal from the European Union. The original Blixet movement started in 2016 by Connolly with the goal of achieving black economic independence by encouraging black Americans to leave the traditional financial system they have historically disadvantaged by. Press 1. You see how they turned it into a Democratic issue? They made it a Democratic issue to pull us in. You got it? They took what was real to us by way of KevRow University and all subsidiaries, of course, and said, look, come with us. Come with us. All right? And all of this is the time she became a Republican. Remember, Candice Owens became a Republican. She became a conservative after this. Press 1. And we got to take this slow, because if you want to participate in the urban conservative, a.k.a. the black conservative, right here on KevRow Network, Channel 54, hit me up on patreon.com/KevGillsTV and say, I want to be a researcher, damn urban journalist for your online community, and we'll make that happen for you. So they are to encourage black Americans to leave. Now, these are Europeans. This is United Kingdom, but encourage black Americans. This is United Kingdom, though. Just way over here to encourage black Americans. So they need a black American to encourage and infuse this. Press on it. You understand? And so, in 2018, Owens launched a different Blixet Foundation, which featured a social media campaign to encourage African Americans plus Latinos and other minorities to abandon the Democratic Party and register as a Republican, and promise of freedom. At the time, 8% of black Americans identified as Republicans. So she jumped on the bandwagon. It's the anthem, the opportunity. It's the amped opportunity. Woo. Woo. Why not? Then we can encourage them to bank with us, foreigners, as they become free from our banking system. We got an African-American woman. We need to get over there, and we need to marry into her, and then say, like Prince William and Meghan, it'll be our own little American kingdom all over again. I'm hypothesizing. I'm not sure that's what they did, but something on this as well. Super agents. I'm not sure. What I'm saying is, yeah, some super agent activity. You got me? Some super agent activity. I like that word. Super agent. So I just been like, damn. She all over the place. Blixet. They start this online campaign. Her and her co-founder, Mr. Tatum, former police officer and former NFL player. A doop a doop. A doop a doop. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. So, I wanted to get her take on why she was upset with Trump, first of all. You feel me? So, I was sending her video. He said, Kev, you know she got an issue with Trump now. I say, now? She's a little super agent. She always had an issue with Trump. Now her colors is about to show. Press 1. So first, I'm going to show her colors up front on what her explanation on why she don't like Donald Trump. And he heard this and this one and that one. Is that okay with you guys? This series is going to be called The Many Faces of Candice Owens. I got many live stream, aka DVDs coming out this year. Press 1. And you got to support the brand. Coffee and Kush TV, Channel 54, The Urban Conservative. Your news first. Tomorrow news today. How's that? Press 1. Y'all got to understand, this is crazy. This is crazy to me. And I'm a nerd. So her documentary was really a cover for herself. Press 1. It's to push the blame over there. You see, because she's guilty. They're guilty. But it's also the people who capitalized off of Black Lives Matter. Press 1, who are also guilty. Who capitalized off of PPP and Black Lives Matter, all that goofy shit. Press 1. And guess what? The insurance companies, press 1, made all the money off of Black Lives Matter. Press 1. See? You don't know what I'm talking about, but by the end of today, you will see. What you don't know is the biggest insurer in the world is none other than who? Press 1. Lloyds of London. Press 1. The same people who owe you slavery money, reparation. Press 1. Am I good? Am I good? Let me in then. The greatest leading insurance market in the world. Press 1. Check. They made all the money. So, of course, Lloyd. Press 1. Uh-oh. So they made money off of Black Lives Matter damage? Of course. All we got to do is blame it on them. And then all the money gone. It was wasted by you know who. Remember? The good setup artists, the bankers are the worst. Here, take this. Even if you ain't got no experience, take this. Start your little Black Lives Matter movement. Hurry up. Hurry up. Because we need a slush fund. Press 1. We need a goddamn, and we need a super person who to take the super scapegoat bait. Press 1. Yeah. Yeah. Scapegoat. Press 1. Patricia. So we got her to, Patricia, why you give up all the money? But ain't nobody going to ask Candice Owens, Candice, what happened to all the money? What happened to all the money? And how is your salary raised to $250,000 a year when you guys lost money? That's not very conservative. Press 1. So did Lloyd of London send Candice Owens in as an agent of confusion? Double agent. Press 1. I don't know. You tell me. Brian, you already told me. You said what, Brian? You said her stepdad, her father-in-law, press 1, or the real. And then I went back and did what? Excuse me. I looked back and did what? I went back and looked at the father-in-law. I said, who is this guy? Press 1. I'm all over. Man, I'm telling you, I'm on it. I'm on it. Why not? Why not ask real questions to Candice Owens? And since she's so anti-Trump now, what did they find out about you that wasn't so pleasant? Press 1. I mean, you're walking around on YouTube like your shit just don't stink, woman. Press 1. If you don't know who her father-in-law is, I'm going to bring him up on the screen here. If I had a father-in-law look like this, I would run. Press 1. I say, oh, gee, this is Lucifer. Press 1. I'm sorry, boo-boo, but I got to go. It ain't happening. So, this is the father. Big dog right here. Press 1. Woo. Woo-wee. Would they do that? Would they play off of? I don't know. I think it was a perfect opportunity for Blixet. I tell you that, to infiltrate America. It was the perfect time for Blixet to infiltrate America. Wouldn't you say? Hey, boy, you need to get with her. I'm telling you, you better run. This one right here. This one right here put life insurance on you. This one right here without you even knowing. So why she is developing these softwares that track people and all this, y'all got to be real careful of this one here. Track history is very peculiar. You know, track record is something else. But like I say, I'm just talking. I'm freestyling. Of course. Nothing too much. Light work. So did they make money? Did that old white man and his internal royal family make money off of Black Lives Matter? Well, of course. Did Candice Owens make money and her husband make money off of Black Lives Matter? Yes, they did. Yes, they did. And Candice acting like the spokesman for these corporations who also profited huge off of Black Lives Matter and things of that nature. Kind of left them out the whole documentary, which led me to believe that's a great mouthpiece to blame it on Black Lives Matter and Patricia and them. But like I said, they raised a lot of money. And not only that, the insurance companies profited huge. Press 1. Now, black folk, we know that don't even sound right. That don't even sound right. That don't even sound right. But I'm gonna go to this website here. Oh my goodness, this shit is crazy. I'm gonna go to this website and we're going to see exactly. Here, I'll go from here. What's been going on this whole time? I would love to just be like, oh, this is a coincidence. There ain't too many coincidences in this world. You only get one or two. Y'all got too many damn coincidences. Press 1. Candice Owens Blixet raises questions as execs are paid handsomely while foundation struggles. Press 1. See, I told you. I brought my notes today. Press 1. I brought my notes as execs are paid handsomely as struggles at while foundation struggles. Press 1. Candice Owens Blixet Foundation, which aims to convert more black Americans to conservatives, appears to be struggling to get funds. Now, ain't that what Blixet Europe is doing, the UK? Okay, according to the Daily Beast, the foundation 2021 tax filing showed that it only earned a third of amount it generated the previous year. Owens, however, had earned more than $250,000 in salary from the organization, according to the report. The Blixet Foundation, which is a 501c3 nonprofit funded in 2018, earned more than $7 million in donations during the social justice protests in 2020. Wow. Press 1 if you follow me. Now, see? The foundation's 2021 tax filing, however, indicate that the organization now struggling to increase its funds while executives are still getting paid handsomely.
Not like this. Not like this.
Not like this. See? Y'all thought I was just talking? No, that's what I do normally. I'm working on my journalism. Support the broadcast. These are my sources. Press 1. This is Kevin Gillespie reporting. I'm becoming a journalist. I'm an investigative journalist. G14 Classified, GBI Network. Owens issued a brief statement to the Daily Beast to address the report. In short, yes, we raise money and proudly disperse money for and to the black businesses and continue to do so. Our filings are public, timely, and entirely comprehensive, she wrote in an email. The Blixet Foundation earned $904,575 in donations in 2019, which is the first year as a nonprofit. At that time, Owens and other top executives didn't work full-time with the organization and didn't earn the salary from the foundation. The organization funds skyrocketed more than $7 million in 2020. At the time when it's social advocates, they placed that right on time. Across the globe, protested police brutally following the George Floyd death. Press 1. Owens pulled in $230,000 in pay from Blixet at the time, while she created Blixet with Mr. Football player / police officer, Officer Tatum on YouTube. Press 1. The foundation also spent more than $1 million on travel in 2020. They don't. Wow. Hold up.
Not like this.
All right, let me stop. Because I'm going to save some for my investigative journalist in the GBI network. Press 1. Channel 54. Holla. I'm going to save that for the GBI. All the little frauds and maniacs out there who taking notes. You're supposed to be ready. Come to class ready. See? So they spent the money on travel. So she flying around the world. That's not conservative. That's not Donald Trump way of thinking. Press 1. Were you traveling around the world to do what? How you spend money on black business? Oh, because she's the black business, Blixet? Oh, this is nonsense. Oh, Blixet is the black business. They spent the money on black business, and Candice Owens and the Blixet dude is the... Oh, I get it. Interesting. Press 1. Interesting. And the goal is to be anti-black. Wow. To go against the black, to appeal to the conservatives who see a black person who allegedly looks like they on the right. This is cold, and it's a cold twist. This a cold woman right here. Allegedly, if this is true, this is a cold. So this is the same type of moves Black Lives Matter young lady was doing. Did they use her to? She was pulling up at old girl house and gang stalking and this one and that one. I wonder if she pull up at her own house like that. I wonder if she pull up to Blixet like that. Press 1. I wonder if she pull up to Blixet like that. That's a whole twist. You see that? And you telling me the insurance companies won't who are profiting like Lloyds of London wouldn't what? Huh? Let me hold on, caller. I wasn't expecting no calls today, but I'm gonna let y'all call in today, see how y'all rocking before I continue on. This is a new level of wow. What in God's name are you doing? Coffee and Kush TV, the urban conservative. You on the air. What up?
Hi, this is Lita. I didn't know you were expecting a call. You just giving information, and it's just like so much like that you can see a clear picture of how they do. They get the nonprofit, so they don't have to be questioned about all the expenses, like what you just showed, all that $1 million of travel. Like you can do all that kind of stuff, and they're not filing like taxes per se. So that's how they can swindle that money. They got the insurance company that's getting paid on all sides because they get us engulfed in these movements and these things like Black Lives Matter. And then they have people getting all in their emotions, tearing stuff down. And then the insurance company makes a claim off of that. So they just playing all the sides of the fences. Just like with her when she started off as a so-called Democrat and we shall overcome and the whole little thing with the NAACP I ain't gonna say put her up to, but they helped her, and that's a whole nother organization that is just like a front for us to think that these organizations and these people are actually people to help people when they're so calculated on a commercial scheme that we are not just now being able to see it.
Yes.
From what you're showing.
Yes.
And it's like, wow. And you got to humble yourself and say, hey, yeah, we done got hoodwinked, bamboozled, whatever you want to say. But now I see it so clear. And it's like, I don't want to interrupt you, but when you keep giving me points, and it's like, it's not like, oh, you just saying. No, this is what's happening. I worked and I know it's not about me, but I worked in, like, we have ways of life and things that we went through because I worked in insurance, and I always felt that it was something. But now that I know, like, how they use themselves as the surety, and how, like, when these people do pass away, every time somebody passed away, you look, because I live in Cleveland, and I looked up now because of all this, the Tamir Rice estate. They make an estate and build a trust off of that. Like, whether it's a big conglomerate of stuff that's going on that like I'm gonna say myself.
They're all advertising for your own demise. With these rapper deaths, what are they pushing? Insurance. With this, put insurance on them. Leave something for your kids. Push insurance. They were trying to feed us back to the beast when we are free from them. You don't even need to dealing. We don't even need.
Right.
We need to enforce the 14th Amendment, as I always say, and abolish the 13th.
Okay.
We finish. But yes.
Okay. Because that's where my state will be within that 14th Amendment.
We got our trust in the wrongest state.
Oh my God! It's just that you hear these words and you don't even really know with a state and trust,
Yes.
and you just thinking it's just like, oh, okay, yeah, I trust in this and that,
Yes.
but it's like, no, these are really legal terms and
Yes.
not and words, and that's how they're so crafty with the trickery because they enforce this, and that's why you know a lot because you haven't been indoctrinated with their schooling as far as like a lot of people go in it. It's like the more that, not to knock anybody who's got a degree and stuff like this, but that's why it's kind of a little harder for people to see. In my own perspective, is like because the more that you keep getting taught, this is what this means, then it's engraved in your mind. And it's kind of hard unless you seek God to be able to come up out of that because we've been taught and indoctrinated. Words mean completely different than what they really mean when it comes to legalities and stuff like that. And you have opened my eyes because I'm like, something is not right. Like and then I know it's God because I didn't even haven't been working directly in insurance, but I always used to keep my license and da-da-da. And some just said, don't even be a part of that. And this is my journey. I'm not knocking somebody else, but this is just specifically me. And I know why I was away from it. I had it to learn some of it so I can know some of these terminologies, like how they keep trying to put us in a peril.
Yes.
Like with the fire, the destruction. Now I really understand. These is the ways
this
that
is the insurance companies putting us
make
in the
their
state
claims.
of peril. So we have our trust and insurance, and their God is Satan, the devil.
Woo!
You see? So we
we
trust in the devil. We can't serve the devil and serve God. So you either got a sovereign God, a sovereign king, a sovereign people ordained, and that's what it is. And the world has the banking institution, a democracy, debt bondage, Satan. So what do you choose? You choose. We rejected Christ, the first king. They slew him on a cross because we went for banking. We went into our own demise because we went against the law. It's against the law. We went against our own preamble. We against our own sovereignty, or against our own bloodline, against our own king, our own God. And until we return in order, things will be exactly. We will go further into the pits of what hell, the Babylons, the Holy See, maritime law. No law of the land. God made us from the law of the land. He blew life into us, meaning he made us sovereigns first. He made Adam the first sovereign. So the deal is we got to honor the contract, honor the covenant, return back to the law, get back to the supreme law, Supreme Court, and God we trust, not Satan or international banking, fiat currency, and Nazi and Russian propaganda and infiltration and things of that nature. Long live the king.
Right, because you fear them instead of God.
Yes. The bank set up the bank set up a whole model. They set up a woman-controlled B.E.T system. The woman that rides the beast, that rides the church, and she just died.
Yeah. And I was just reading Timothy. I was just saying that the woman's not even supposed to be in control. I mean, in leading.
Well, that's the upside.
We out of order.
We out of order. We against the forefathers of America.
And we fighting for that.
Right. We stepped out of law, so we out of bounds. Time to play ball. So thank you, man.
We out of bounds. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Have a good day.
Yes, ma'am. Channel 54, Cash App, Gills Gang. You already know. Patreon.com/KevGillsTV. So that's the thing. Insurance companies keep you in a state of emergency, in a state of peril. We're going to get into that and let Said, the expert, deal with the state of peril backed by Amanda with maritime law and how that was enforced with riparian rights and land grabs in the early 1900s. It wasn't slavery. They don't owe you reparations for slavery. They owe you restitution for everything that they took from you.
Rico.
Coffee and Kush TV, you're on the air. What up?
Good day, Professor. This is Rico.
What up?
Man, shout out to Miss Lita. I appreciate that conversation y'all had. It was a great bill right there. Definitely get to the research team. I want to say shout out to Toys too, because the last show he shouted out some information that was great.
Who?
I just want to bring to the point that $1 million of travel fees.
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to say the $1 million of travel fees. I believe there can be some Antifa work. Now I know we can leave it to the Fraudulent Maniac.
I don't know.
But I just want to say because
I don't know. That's cool. I don't even want to go there. I don't even want to go there. I don't even want to go there. I don't want to go there. Thank you, Rico. Save you for class. This is Kev time. Jojo Mack says the correct thing. In the matrix equals the matriarch. Press 1. The matrix equals the womb. Press 1. The matrix is the womb. The Holy Church is the womb. Oh, the matrix has all of you. Women, matriarch, all that. So you got to know. And you got to know all that. I'm way somewhere else with it. So, yes, D-Jack, we talking restitution. Thank you, sir. Reclassification, back into your royal status, back into who you are, sovereigns by way of the king. There's George and all of the great Edward and all of these people that they've stolen and recreated a fictional time in memorial that they've all agreed upon to hide you from the world. That's light work. Boop, 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 boop. All you can, that's easy. I'm the heavyweight champion of the world, Craig. Of the world. See how easy that flow? Do you feel me? So Bocat says, I knew you before the womb. I knew you before. I know who you are. I knew you before the great fall, before the takeover. I know you before the woman who, I knew you before. This is all by design. This is all will. This is his will be done on earth as it is in heaven. You're not going to heaven. No. That's on earth as it is in heaven. Press 1. That's a whole nother thing, though. So these people saying that they're Christian and they're using Christian to bring about these ideologies from non-Christian and satanic values, yeah, they got to change their life. See, I worked too hard in the belly of the beast to get to this mentality. You not finna just pretend. No, not on my watch. You in my sphere. Not on my watch. That's why I be messing with the dweebs. Ben Shapiro, peanut head ass, best one. Because we do this for real. This ain't no production. It is now. KevRow production. It is now. But our history and what happened to us in our fall isn't a sales pitch. It ain't no lead us back into the Lloyds of London. That's why against all odds. That's why you got to go against that. And they're using media propaganda to convey the takeover where you got to use media propaganda to fight against it. And if you can't do that, shout out to you. That's on you. I don't know. General Flynn said it best. You got to be a digital warrior out here, man. They fighting on a whole nother playing field. These people aren't. It'd be a trip how you always wonder how Candice Owens is against slavery. Like how? I mean reparations. Like how is that? Press 1. Let's go to the video. Let's go to the video and listen. How can you be against slavery? Press 1.
Back when you were in high school. So first off, these are two different points. I do not think that we deserve reparations for slavery. I was never a slave in this country, and I think that the idea, if you think that you're going to get more than $200 from the government, okay, this entire debate is just it's a joke.
Wow, that's welfare. If you think you're gonna get more than $200,
Back when you were in high school. So first off, these are two different points. I do not think that we deserve reparations for slavery. I was never a slave in this country, and I think that the idea, if you think that you're going to get more than $200 from the government, okay, this entire debate is just it's a joke.
Now, To everybody who ever received welfare, you know that. No, I told you. So who's she speaking for? Hold on. This is Tatum. Who's she speaking for? Well, she's speaking for the banks. She's the black mouthpiece for the bank. None do you understand? We talking charitable trust here. Yeah, this is above the regular Democratic mind stage, so you better step it up. We talking charitable trust here. You ever wonder why you open up a trust when you go to jail? They open up a charitable trust and have you sign up to volunteer to be a slave right there. Press 1. Everybody who been in jail know they sign up to be a slave. The 13th Amendment. Now you a slave. Sign right here. Thank you. So this is Blixet, the other guy. This is this is the co-owner of Blixet. Press 1, who raised over $7 million, Mr. Police Officer, hiding in front of the American flag, Mr. Police Officer. And how much went back? $1 million to travel expenses, him and Candice Owens. So they have something in common. Press 1. They know how to raise $1 million in travel and finances, and they know how to spend $1 million in traveling. How you spend $1 million in travel is insane. Let me say that right now. How you spend $1 million in travel is a fable, in my opinion. I don't even think you should be talking about Kim Kardashian when you spend over $1 million. I don't think you got no reason to talk about how Instagram and OnlyFans models get their money and dress in front of bags when you spend over $1 million on flight, according to 2001, 2022 tax filing. Press 1. Incredible. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. How could you do that? If that's not another form of hypocrisy. Didn't I say this stream should be called The Many Faces of Candice Owens and Blixet? You just can't make this shit up. I ain't never heard of this from an American Negro in the hood ever. They should, how much you spend on traveling? $1 million. $1 million. But Blixet, right, don't believe in reparations. Why? Why don't Blixet and their UK founding fathers, Press 1, the Pilgrim Institute Society, the Lloyds of London, Press 1, why don't they want you to have reparations? Because the Lloyd of London is responsible for shipping human beings as cargo. Press 1. They're not the only ones. They're admitted. So they are guilty. And they should owe when you guilty. Yes, they owe reparations. They owe reparations. I don't even know how that's a topic. Everybody get reparations. The Asians got reparations. Jews get reparations. And nothing even happened to them over here. They just reparation. All LGBTQ get reparation. Everybody get reparation. Everybody get the privilege of some form of reparation, but us, when we bring it up, and shut up right now, and shut up, because I think the amount is so huge. Shut the fuck up. Please, no. Please, no. They owe you reparation, reclassification, and they owe the real American restitution and reparation and reclassification and this one and that one. So there's different forms. There are African Americans who deserve reparations for African Americans, transatlantic slavery, and the back and forth. There are who you miscategorize as black on a dawes roll at those African Americans, aka Indians, aka Aboriginal, original, and organic people of the Americas, deserve not only reparation but reclassification, restitution from the destruction of the entire nation. So understanding the three the three R's. Press one. Understanding the three R's. That's what we're gonna call it at KevRow. Understanding the three R's, and understanding that. Am I right? Am I right? All right. If you never been to Africa, that's cool, but you're not black either. That's cool. So you don't got to say what you ain't never been. I don't even know who you are. So sit yourself down in the back somewhere. I ain't even been to Africa. I never even said don't even know who you is. So I don't care if you've been to Africa. I'm talking about Africans who were subjugated to the transatlantic slave, people from Ghana and North Africa and West Africa and this one and that one. They have to figure that out because it's the same institutions and the bankers who funded that transatlantic slave that enslaved so-called black American, the so-called black, but the organic man in the Americas. So I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, replay it back and break it down word for word. Break it down word for word. But this is Officer Tatum. $7 million. Black people don't deserve reparation, but you deserve $7 million and some shiny Gucci shoes. Press one. See, you and Candice deserve, black people don't deserve $7 million, but you deserve $7 million and some shiny Gucci shoes. And you got the nerve to sit at black people's face every day, Officer Tatum, and say, pick yourself up. Well, you're starting 5013Cs against them with your European friends, bro. Then pick yourself up. All you do is show police officers beating up or black people doing some crazy shit somewhere in the world to make them look like what? For what? No, I'm not talking about no damn American or none of that. I'm sorry for your luck. Sit down in the back. I'm not saying that. American, I'm not saying that. Anybody, that's not nowhere in a legal book, nowhere on earth. So take all that extra stuff somewhere else. All right? I'm talking about divine right and something else, sir. Keep that Indian tribe and made up consciousness somewhere else because your brain can't even adapt to law, God, the understanding of the allegory versus the real. You don't even understand. So talk about something else, somewhere else. KevRow. I'm talking about Tatum, $7 million, Candice Owens and them. I just want y'all to look at these people and how they talk.
National apology for slavery. We are moving closer. You know what I think about reparations? I don't really think it's about the money. It's about continuing the victimhood within black people.
Shut your weak ass up. Ain't about no continuing no damn victimhood. What's the why? So what? It is about the money too. It's about the money, the restitution, the reclassification. See, already. You can't make this up. This is somebody who raised $7 million. It was somebody who raised in a 501 and spent over $1 million. Spent spent over $1 million in travel expenses with Candice Owens. Press 1. And Candice Kardashian Owens has been wearing luxurious outfits, looking more and more like the black Kim Kardashian every week. Press 1. You just talk down on people every day. These people are insane. So I see her little outfits. It's about the money with them, where they can put on shiny Gucci shoes and walk around the stage and talk to all the white people who go to Harvards and Stanfords of the world, whatever these universities are, and get paid speeches, and you can walk around, raise $7 million damn dollars. Of course you happy. Of course you walk around on silver Gucci shoes. Of course you, sir. What about the rest of it? What about the rest of the average people who got to work? Why they ain't got Gucci shoes shiny walking around their house with the same shoes? Do we got to open up? Show us how to do what the fuck you did and how to write off $1 million in goddamn expenses on flying tickets. Press 1. All day.
I'm convinced that the Democrats are set on continuing to hold black people down.
Y'all suck. You don't even know how to use the argument of how the Democrats, you don't even know the history of how the Democrats fusion party and the Democrats who became Republicans. You don't even know the difference. You just running your mouth, Officer Tatum.
I was listening to a clip from T.I. and another rapper. And this is what they said. And I don't know why black people agree with them. But it's,
you black. You agree with them too. You just a cornball and would do anything for $7 million in shiny Gucci shoes.
It was the dumbest thing ever. They go.
That's how you know you lying. Because you listening to them. Because you listening to them.
T.I., the rapper T.I. Go look him up. Go look at one of his songs. Look at the lyrics. And it'll put what I'm saying in the context. Uh-huh. And it was another rapper, I forget who it was. And they get on here and they say, see, they don't want a black man to speak truth. If we ain't talking about killing each other, they don't want a black man. It's like, wait a minute. Quit saying they. White folks ain't worried about you.
Oh, fucking cornball. The white folks ain't worried about you. Big sloth. Press 1, another sloth. You can't. Just white folks. They just keep this thing going and forever and ever and ever. But this is what you're dealing with. This is the mindset of Ben Shapiro, Officer Tatum, Candice Owens. But it's more than just an opinion. It's more than that. It's a business venture. It's profitable to talk down on you. It's a lot of foreign nations who need you to convert over to their their money. They need you to convert over. They need insurance policies on you as a collective. Ain't no telling what else they need, your land, any damn thing. But how dare you be in blackface, consume $7 million. None of it probably goes back to nothing inner city, but passing out number 2 pencils and backpacks every Christmas Eve. But $1 million on flights is unbelievable. Literally. Yeah, he uses rappers as reference. They all do. They use rappers and entertainers as reference because they really don't have any real substance to themselves. But one thing about Blixet, you wait for it, watch the contradiction. Watch the contradiction because they friend Candice Owens, press 1, is against Donald Trump now. Remember, she against Donald Trump. She against Donald Trump. Shout out to my Cash App and the people that's in there. Wow, who's this right here? Mrs. Bailey. Shout out to you, Queen. And you're, if you need to sit on the jury, if you need to, you want to be a consultant or any damn thing, just let me know. Or just watching the show is fine for you. I don't care. Mrs. Bailey, shout out to you and your contributions to the show. Press 1. You gotta support the real. And if you don't, by hitting the like button and subscribing, that's okay. Somebody else will. 10 more people will, no matter. Press 1. So her thing is, why Trump get upset with me? Listen, Fletcher, I don't allow dudes to type in so many emojis, repetitives like that. Can somebody block Fletcher for 300 seconds over there in the back, please? Thank you. He typing too much, and I don't know him. That's too many emojis. Thank you. That's too much typing, and you're not saying nothing. Thank you. And if he come back in here with it, get him up out of here. That's how we rocking. I have no tolerance for people with helmets and people who wear Balenciagas and come on my channel and be retarded. That's on them. What we talking about is up here today. Why Trump got upset with me. This is a couple months ago, 2 months ago. Like there's no reason for why Trump got upset with her. Press 1. Now we about to listen to her. Brexit head ass. And why former President Donald J. Trump, and to me, still president, press 1. Still current president. And to me, current president Donald J. Trump, press 1. I'll be trying to figure it out. So let's listen to why she says Donald J. Trump is upset with her.
So in terms of my relationship with Donald Trump, you guys obviously know that I have been one of his most vocal supporters all throughout his presidency. He was a very big piece of my transformation from the left to the right. He's a big piece of my personal story and my personal awakening. And it
Really?
wasn't Trump the man himself. Rather, it was he severed my belief in the mainstream media because they were not honest in their assessments of him. I was never going to be a person that voted for Trump until the media went very radical. And rather than saying he's not qualified in 2016, they said that he was a rapist and a sexist and a misogynist. And for me, that seemed like an overkill.
Oh my goodness. What's wrong with you? Already, she doesn't, it already seemed like an overkill. Ma'am. Now wait up, you guys. Now wait up. We done found Candice Owens tweets. Press 1. Now look at this. Candice Owens tweets about anti-Donald Trump shit way back in the day. And we're gonna bring it to the floor. But she's been against Donald Trump a very long time. Look at her. Does Donald Trump actually have a small penis? This is old news. Press 1. Press 1. She dress code, but look, does Donald Trump have a small penis? So this is before she switched over. But I'm saying, could that be a reason why? Because they found that you were actually against the president you so-called fought for. Press 1. So the blog is called Degree 180, and we're going to take a look at that. But I just want y'all to know, this woman has been going in on Trump for a very long time. And not only that, she's been caught saying some really nasty things. some real disrespectful, just nasty things. It's nasty. And here I am thinking she's a Trump supporter. I'm a Trump supporter. So naturally, I'm like, oh, Candice, that's dope to see a sister like. But this woman has a tendency of playing both on all sides like a spokesman for Lloyd of London. Press 1. But we'll let her continue.
And I thought to myself, okay, he can't be all of these things magically. He's been in the public sphere for a very long time. I began to sort of look beneath the surface and was shocked at what I found. I discovered that the mainstream media does routinely lie to us. In fact, not routinely, they are basically always lying to us to protect.
Ma'am, stop. And you just tell the truth every day, all day. They lied, they did this. What about you?
Their own interests. So I was a vocal supporter of Trump, and I was hopeful that Black America could see through the lies that the mainstream media.
Well, I'm hopeful that Black America can see through your lies of Brexit and how you raise so much money, and you just like the founder of Black Lives Matter, you and Officer Tatum. Press 1, and y'all support a trafficker. Press 1, and y'all support a trafficker, alleged trafficker who sits in a Romanian prison, and you guys were all hanging out with him. So maybe Trump doesn't like human trafficking. Press 1. Maybe Trump doesn't like human trafficking. Press 1. And maybe all of you guys have been sitting up here in front of these cameras just looking like idiots, committing to Andrew Tate. In reality, you guys are all in cahoots with the same people you speak about. And that don't make no damn sense. How the hell are you involved with Andrew Tate, one of the hottest smoking motherfucking traffickers in America right now, all over the media, and you just in defense because women lie, and you created these websites where you can just sit up here and dox people who lie and show that these Instagram models are not who they say they are. What about you? It's a lot of deflecting. As I say, when you raise over $7 million, press 1. Because Black Lives Matter happens and protests, and your husband is a part of an insurance family who profits from what? Before we go there, let's go to Exhibit A. I know y'all like to jump, right? Let's jump. Insurance companies reaping benefits from protests. Following the death of George Floyd, the world's largest insurance companies spoke up in favor of Black Lives Matter, even though they were paying out unprecedented claims due to the destruction. So they want more. They want more. They spoke in favor, even though they had to pay out. That's unnecessary. Black Lives Matter protests and seizing their mantle. The companies issued statements and coughed up donations to support the movement, but we're going to get into that sometime, today or tomorrow.
Was putting upon them, trying to make us believe that he was a racist, and Blixet then came out of that. And so I'm very grateful for Donald Trump. And
Blixet comes out of that. Blixet came out of what? See? And Blixet came out of that. So I'm grateful for Donald J. Trump. No, you grateful for you and Andrew Tatum starting a nonprofit off the pretense of Black Lives Matter, and being that you guys are all connected back in Europe some goddamn where, probably with the Lloyds of London, who's dishing out all of these payouts, but are also in support of. That's weird how you would get up here, and even though your husband's political party is totally for the movement, you raise $7 million because you're allegedly raising money for what again? To rebuild and help rebuild the process for what Black Lives Matter just did. Interesting. That's a good way to get out of not paying restitution. Start a fight. That's a good way of Lloyds getting out of paying for slavery. Why don't they pay for their own slavery and let them destroy things? Press 1.
very grateful that he was president of the United States, and I've been honored that I've been able to be on stage and honor him as the then president when he was the sitting president. Something toward the end of his presidency, I think, shifted, and it wasn't necessarily his fault. Obviously, COVID was a scam that was put upon the entire world, and I was a vocal critic of.
Oh my goodness, I was a vocal critic.
The COVID era. I was the first, and I stayed consistently. I really.
Ma'am, you're just everything. You're just everything. You're just everything.
Was the only in the beginning that thought that there was something fishy about the lockdowns. I vocally critiqued.
How could you be the first one? And the day and moment it happened, I hop on Instagram and say what? I don't believe nothing. I'll probably pass away, but I'm breathing God's air forever. This is the moment I put my trust in God. She talking about she first. Where are the records?
Trump and said that it was the wrong move for him as a sitting president to go through with a federal shutdown. Don't forget, he shut down. There was a federal shutdown for 2 weeks. And I understand that there was a lot of pressure on him. So I'm not saying this as, oh, how could he have possibly done this? When the entire world is telling you that there's a new virus and that virus can potentially kill.
Okay, so what are you talking about? So what's the problem?
Everybody, which is what the mainstream media
He was the first one saying, I'm not going to shut down the country. But the pressure built up. There was so much pressure. Oh, my goodness.
And that was being reinforced by Big Pharma and the quote unquote experts. It's very easy for me to sit back on my Twitter account as I did and say, do not shut down the government. Easier said than done when you're in that position and potentially dealing with the idea that a decision that you could make could lead to an incredible amount of human loss. But I did say it, and I remember at the time I was talking to other conservatives. You know, we all know each other, prominent conservatives, and they would say, I really agree with you on this, but, you know, we have to stand by Trump's side at this time. And I sort of thought...
Who the fuck are you? And me and other media, and they convince me, and just like Andrew Tate, you got these wild stories where you're like the victim, and you're like the smartest, and you're like full of shit.
To myself, I agree with the sentiment of that. I agree that when one of us goes through something, it is good for us to be silent sometimes and to let it pass, because it's not easy being in the public space, especially as Donald Trump was.
Tamia Mallory, shut your retarded self up.
As the president of the United States. But another element was like, wait a minute, I'm America first. And that's why I decided to speak out early, because the implications to me were that if Trump shut down the government for 2 weeks.
If you did your American first, why do you marry an American? How? If you're an American first, how do you marry a Brit, a Scot, or a Danish man, wherever they from, Denmark? I don't know. But if you're so America first, man, listening to this woman, oh my God, if I wasn't listening for this exposure of Blixet, you know, and giving y'all a great morning, I mean, it really hurts my ears to hear a woman like this.
If it was a Republican president that did that first, then when the left came into power, because of course Republicans were not going to have power forever, they would always be able to look back and say, well, you guys did it first. So now it is totally acceptable that the federal government is assuming the power and the right to shut down businesses. I do not believe that the federal government, or any government, by the way, ever has the right to tell us that we can get up in the morning and go out to work. That they ever have the right to shut down our businesses and to say that you don't have a right to earn a living. I am just so fundamentally opposed to that, and I spoke out against it. Then came, of course, me
breathe, woman.
Speaking out against the vaccines. My stance has been very clear on vaccines from the beginning. I am not vaccinated against COVID. My children are not vaccinated at all. I think I'm probably the most in your face about the dark history of vaccines. It does not begin with COVID. The scam does not begin with COVID. And I encourage you guys to dig deeper beneath the surface, but not exactly what we're here to talk about today. The point is that I made myself an enemy of the vaccine campaign.
Okay.
Which at the time, I was the only person doing that.
Why is Trump upset with you, woman? Why you got to go through all this shifting around and telling us all of this backstory? They're like the backstory queen. Press one. You ask her, why are you talking shit about Donald J. Trump? Oh, well, let me start in 19. I was born, and then my aunt delivered this way of speaking, and I just thought that was the way of speaking first, and then never mind. It ain't even that necessary. Just hurry up.
Fast forward to this show and me having an opportunity to sit down with Trump in 2021.
Okay.
And I talked to him about the vaccine. You know, I wanted to have this conversation with him and to see exactly what it was that he was thinking. And I want you to listen to that clip from our previous interview. Here it is.
We see the corruption, right? It doesn't seem like anybody ever pays for the corruption.
Yeah.
And right now we're seeing corruption live, even in terms of big pharma, which is a huge topic on the minds of mothers, especially. You're seeing what's happening at these school board meetings. Where do you stand on these vaccine mandates? And obviously, I know that you are pro-vaccine. Obviously, you did everything you could to get this vaccine out. I know where you stand on the vaccine.
It was one of the greatest achievements. We did it in less than 9 months.
To be able to do that.
Yeah,
but now it's taken a twist, right? It's gotten...
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness, this woman.
Now we went from this is a good thing and people should have this option to military men, you're going to have to resign because you're not getting this vaccine. Where do you stand on that?
Well, I stand on, forget about the mandates, that people have to have their freedom. But at the same time, the vaccine is one of the greatest achievements of mankind. We would have had a 1917, remember the Spanish flu, killed...
Remember the Spanish flu.
Killed perhaps 100 million people.
I want you to say this right here. For the people that attend KevRow University, how many people did the smallpox Spanish flu kill in the early 1900s? In America. I want y'all to write this down. How many? How many? You guys are going to thank me. When I'm finished with America and delivering my truth, you're going to understand history. You're going to understand. How many people? Over 100 million people. Press 1. Shout out to Fletcher Berkeley. Fletcher get blocked for 300 seconds. You're going to contribute to the show. But let me back in, bro. You're not blocked, bro. You can talk, bro. I'm just talking shit. Oh, 100 million. Over 100 million. Nope. No, that's not what he just said. The president of the United States. Y'all not listening. Y'all not listening. See, Mosley, you must not be in my class. You just blurted out something that don't even make sense. Over $100 million. 100 million. Sorry, hippie, you're done. Remy Red, you don't go to my university. Sir, blurting out wrong answers by that gap means you don't even belong here. And he just said it, which lets me know your comprehension level ain't even worth you pressing 1 here. You need to just go sit over there. Don't press nothing in my chat room. Just don't do nothing. Because your comprehension as men is not adequate. He just said it. You wonder why men ain't focused in law and how they can run laps around you legally and commercially? Because our men in America are not focused on what's being done and said by authoritative figures in America. You know, just rap music mentality all day. No, I'm glad y'all put 50 million in just retarded shit. Press 1. And whatever it is, that's in America. That's in America. That's in America. That's this exact number I said happened in the black genocide. That's the exact number. 100 million, 200 million. Remember, this is all during war. So before y'all teach in my classroom, understand my perspective and my angle and where I'm coming from, not your own understanding. Press 1. I'm the professor for a reason. That's why I'm the professor. That's why all these people come and watch the professor. Because y'all reading books. That's why. I'm telling you out the words of my mouth. Y'all reading what they said. I'm telling you, Donald Trump just said it. 100 million. Over 100 million. Over 100 million. Over.
Actually, it ended the First World War because
Actually, it ended the First World War.
Soldiers was, a lot of people don't know that. The soldiers got so sick. It was a terrible thing. There were no vaccines. There was no anything. I came up with a vaccine with
Press 1. I am the teacher. Press 1. See? When you know history and you compile what he just said, let's let you know I'm not just talking. I'm not just talking. The president just said it. I'm telling you where you were when it all happened.
3 vaccines. All are very, very good. Came up with 3 of them in less than 9 months. It was supposed to take 5 to 12 years.
And yet more people have died under COVID this year, by the way, under Joe Biden, than under you. And more people took the vaccine this year. So people are questioning how.
Well, no, the vaccine worked, but some people aren't taking it. The ones that get very sick and go to the hospital are the ones that don't take the vaccine. But it's still their choice. And if you take the vaccine, you're protected. Look, the results of the vaccine are very good. And if you do get it, it's a very minor form. People aren't dying when they take the vaccine.
So basically everything that he said there, and maybe he wasn't aware, was untrue. It was untrue to say that it was an effective vaccine. I understand he had some pride. He was the person that rushed this, right? But it wasn't true. And
sit your dumb ass down. They use the vaccine right now. When they start talking that chlorophyll shit, they was laughing at Donald Trump. What you said wasn't true. He said he's for the vaccine. If you get the vaccine, you get sick, it's going more than likely work for you. But he's still not mandating it for every American. So what you said about him, he said you still got the freedom to not do so. Is that right? That means you still got your freedom. It's a choice. So you just lied on the president. I wouldn't like you neither. I wouldn't like you neither. I don't like you. And
he was not listening to me try to give and present to him the sentiments of his own base.
You don't know the sentiments of his own base. What you think you running for? See, that the sentiments of his own base. Press 1. See, you think you're his base because you're on YouTube and all of you foreigners with artificial intelligence can push algorithm and make it seem like you're a real supporter of Donald J. Trump. When you're really just a Lloyd of London banker trying to get in his ear, press 1. That don't mean you're a part of his base. He invited you, nice report. You're a nice African-American woman and it'll be relatable, the conversation. But here you go with another mission all the damn time. There's always something with these people. Who made you an advisor to the president? If you don't just be a reporter, you're a reporter. You're trying to be a reporter, not an advisor. You're going to be Kanye's advisor.
to me try to give and present to him the sentiments of his own base. The base was feeling this way. The base was feeling like this vaccine was rushed. We don't know whether or not this vaccine works. We now know that it didn't work at all to make you immune. And why can't Trump understand that we are feeling that big pharma is taking over our country? Instead, he took an opportunity to say, but I gave you the vaccines and it's great because I gave it to you. So naturally...
No. He didn't say it's great because I want to be airhead and be the first one to give. He's the president. He's the president.
When this interview dropped, the regime media took a hold of it and said, ha, even Trump says, go get your vaccine. Exactly what his base feared, right? Them trying to assert more power and more control. He just again endorsed, even though I gave him an opportunity to say, no, you know what? Everyone should have a right to decide what they want to do.
That's what he said. That's what he said. And you're wondering, how does a person even think like this? He just said it. He just said it. But every person has the right to decide on their own. So why are you lying? He just made it up. Amanda says she's nuts. He definitely said people have a choice. So why are you becoming exactly what you said corporate media was? How all of a sudden? It's incredible.
And maybe to add some clarity to the fact that he wasn't exactly sure, but he had to trust people. But nope, the regime seized on this moment and it went viral. So viral, in fact, that the then press secretary Jen Psaki tweeted, just going to echo former Trump here on the safety and efficacy of the vaccines. Merry Christmas Eve. Go get boosted.
Unknown caller.
So the fuck what? That's what she said. What that guy? Ooh, shit. Coffee and Kush TV, KevRow University, the Urban Conservative. You're on the air. What up?
What up, Kev? It's H. Hey, so you're talking about the reclassification. I said this is H. I go by Hyle. Hyl.
Okay, go ahead.
What up? Okay, what up, P? So what's the reclassification? Because that's interesting. I mean, what should we classify?
That's not even what I'm talking about. Sorry, sir.
So imagine that they're using Trump against his own base in that moment to say, go get your vaccines. Even your king, that was kind of her. She's being tongue-in-cheek here, obviously. Even your king says it's great, and all of you guys are dumb if you don't get it. Naturally, having seen this, the Trump base was very upset. In fact, I started getting inundated. This was trending on Twitter at the time. I started getting inundated with people that were essentially saying...
Inundated with people that were just essentially saying what? What?
To me, Candice, Trump has turned his back on us. Trump is now shilling for big pharma. Trump is probably getting kickbacks at one point, they were saying. He's probably getting kickbacks from Pfizer or Moderna.
But wait a minute. This is the person dissing. You tell me she's the one. You're the one getting kickbacks. You're the one getting kickbacks.
That's the only reason he would possibly be ignoring everyone that's speaking out and saying that they're being injured from the vaccine, people that are saying that they're going to lose their jobs, going to lose their livelihood. He has sold us out. And me being faithful to Trump said, let me do a live Instagram to explain to them my honest sentiments about this interview, because the truth is I do not think that Trump sold out his base for vaccines. I think that that's a ridiculous assessment. I thought that was a ridiculous assessment. And my truer belief was simply that for whatever reason, people from the older generation, everyone I spoke to, no matter how far red they were, deep red they were, about above the age of 60, they all just got their vaccines and said vaccines are great, right? And they're from a different time, right? Where I feel that the media successfully campaigned for that generation to believe that all vaccines are good, no matter how many of them that you get. I said this on my Instagram live. Here's what I said verbatim.
And he believes that because he comes from a generation, like people, you oftentimes forget like how old Trump is. He comes from a generation. I've seen other people that are older have the exact same perspective. Like they came from a time before TV, before internet, before being able to conduct their independent research.
Are you silly? Are you silly? Oh, sheesh. Yeah, no respect. There's nobody did independent research before Candice. No, everybody, they grew up before TV. Oh, my goodness. He grew up a time where I ain't no social media, ain't no TV, ain't no radio. Girl, just grew up in a time where it wasn't nothing but rocks and pebbles. So they really just dumb. They really don't know nothing. This is insane.
You know, and everything that they read in a newspaper that was pitched to them, like they believed that that was a reality. And one of those things was, you know, this push for vaccines and believing that people were going to die without vaccines. And so I believe that his support of the vaccine is genuine and it's not based in any corruption at all. I think he actually believes those things. And people that are saying, how is he ignoring all the people that are being injured? And, you know, people are sending...
So you just said you believe that he believes that the vaccine... I believe that too. As president, you got to make these decisions at that time. I think that's what made me like him. Like, okay, it made me trust. I didn't go get the vaccine. I didn't go get a shot. I didn't go do anything. But it made me trust the process. Press 1.
Rumble videos and all of these, you know, websites, obscure websites. I believe also that he only reads the mainstream media news. Believe it or not, I do not believe that Trump reads or partakes in any other news sources. You know, I don't.
Before he was banned on Twitter, you little pretty little liar, he was always on Twitter tweeting about what news article said what. He's the best fucking president we ever had on Twitter. What are you fucking talking about? Press 1. We ain't never had no president on Twitter clowning around and talking like a regular person. What are you guys? It's like y'all don't deserve. But I don't care for y'all vote. You married a Lloyd of London banker. Coffee and Kush TV. You married a Lloyd of London banker. Press 1. Unfucking believable.
I don't believe that Trump is on the internet or, you know, that he necessarily uses like, you know, the web to try to find, you know, obscure websites. I think that he just relies on, you know, typical mainstream sources. So I don't think that there's anything evil going on there. I just wanted to say that because so many donors, supporters of his are kind of like questioning where all of this is coming from. And I think
ma'am, you're just making stuff up. You're psychotic. Press 1. You're a pretty little psychotic one. Yeah, all of the donators are asking questions. Where? Show us the question they ask. Press 1. What questions did they ask? All of the donors are actually playing. What I'm showing you is her ability to play. Press 1. All sides of the coin. This is the type of person fucking praise you right there. Oh, yeah, we love him. Oh, yeah, he old as shit. He don't know nothing. Then right back tomorrow. Oh, hi. And this is what these social journalists have been condensed to, just robotic, paid and bought for from other people, from other nations, donors from other nations, corporations, people who want to see you back in captivity will pay Blixet here a lot of money to say what she says. Coffee and Kush TV, you on the air, what up?
Hey, how you doing, Professor? It's Brian King.
What up, Brian?
Yes, sir. She is making me say, woo! This is why men need to stand up, and this is why we need Professor, we need the King Gillespie to be in charge, because she is insane. And after realizing her move with Kanye West and Andrew Tate, and we going back looking at this Trump situation,
yes,
I can see it like you just said, how she play all these roles and these sides in people's life when she come in contact with them.
Yes.
She want many your friend, supporter, then all of a sudden you get into something and she's now putting herself on social media to try to maybe discredit you or somehow, or somehow she involved in getting you to be discredited. Then she try to act like she's still your friend while also being on that side of discrediting. And what I mean is, this lady, you wasn't a Trump supporter at all. You was anti-Trump specifically. It wasn't like you just became a Trump supporter. No, you specifically was anti-Trump. And then you became a conservative and all this other stuff, became this diehard Trump supporter, which I feel like we already know that was some double agent type of stuff. But the fact is, you become a supporter and you over here become this diehard fan, supposedly, just to try to get his attention and get attention from the so-called black conservatives and urban conservatives, and be this black spokesperson for the black people.
I think that's what graft. I think that's why me, other people, let's say King Face, Kanye, and I think that's why a lot of people opened up from the urban conservative point of view, because we all inner city and we know kind of what it takes to kind of like we know these were democratic strongholds in our community that kept our people down. So, you know, she won a lot of us over this way.
Yes, sir. And for her to even sit here and say, I gave him the opportunity in an interview to try to go back and speak on this and clear thing. He gave you the opportunity to come sit down with him. Right. He's the president of the United States. What do you mean you gave the president of the United States the opportunity to clear something up? This is why he ain't messing with you, because how you want to be his supporter and want to ride his wave, his campaign, his message. What he became president. Yes. You didn't become president, lady. You just a average person using your platform just like anybody else can get a platform. This is why I need a platform too, because this is why I'm on your platform, sir, because I'm upset, because this bothered me. Like, we just stupid. Like, I can't see, girl. You just moved and got yourself on a platform. Yes. You got yourself on internet, and you just running your mouth, and you gonna create your own hole is what you're doing by running your mouth, because as we breaking you down, we see your true colors. Yes. You can't say that you gave the president of the United States an opportunity to clear himself up. Who are you? Who are you to even say that? But I tell you who she is.
I tell you who she is. She's Blixet. See, they are a conservative European foundation or something that wants to change African Americans from Democrats to a conservative ideology, which is cool. Only thing is, they was going to cipher them off right to Candice Owens. You would think she's a conservative when she's really, in my opinion, a sent-in plant by the Lloyds, again, to subdue more unwitty African Americans back into the grasp, the dead hand of the banking system. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. And you know, they call themselves conservatives over there, the Lloyds in London. Yeah. So she playing they conservatives, whatever that means. She ain't talking about the American version of what we talking about with a real Republican conservative in this nation. And so there's a whole nother idea on that. And I just was sitting here just getting up, because she over here talking all this mess. And then I just seen even on this video, if she played a clip of herself while she got that bogus part with that fat forehead and she looking bald head in the middle of her head.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And yeah, she looked real weird right there in that photo, like she even got real hair. And so in that throwback video, she over here talking about, I just need to come on here and clear things up. Are you not a spokesman for Donald Trump campaign? You're not a spokesman for him. You just was riding a wave. Yes. That's what people in public office do. They allow other people who got platforms.
Right.
Yeah, it's a campaign. Oh, you agree with me? You support me? You got a following? All right. Well, I'm gonna endorse you, which is I'm a in a sense co-sign you, and I'm gonna publicly say your name. I'm gonna help you and your platform a little bit because you saying you support me.
Right.
But you didn't took this and ran with it, and now you better than me. Now you can make better decisions than I am. Trump probably see videos of her and just laugh and say, "This why I ain't messing with you." That's being like a fake friend. You all in my face around me, but then I see you making posts on your social media and your platform trying to say where I went wrong at and how I might be taking information the old way, trying to treat him like he an old man. This man, rather how old he is or not, he got more stamina, like he said, than any other president that ever came into office.
You ain't never lied.
He got more stamina than any these other people. And like you said, he's the only one that can get on Twitter and even talk to his people, his following in the country, and be able to say directly from the president's mouth, from his Twitter account, that's fake news, this is what it is, and that's real. Speaking like that's real. So I just, Candice is a fraud, man. I just love breaking her down. I love seeing that it's more to it. I really appreciate you, sir. And I just want to call in because, I'm with all the conservatism and politics. I'm right here with
American conservatism.
So,
American conservatism.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
yes sir.
Shout out
yes,
to
sir.
you, King. That's my man, Brian King, coming in. Stamina. Press 1. # stamina. I mean, she did the same thing to Kanye. Oh, Kanye, that's my friend, and such. And Kim, she's for Balenciaga. When she's the one wearing Balenciaga. She was the one trying to pretend to be Kim Kardashian. She's the one. Kim Kardashian didn't work for Balenciaga. She was attacking Kim Kardashian while hanging out with Kanye. Just pretty much using Kanye to attack more women. Attack more women. Attack more women. Now she attacking Megan. Coffee and Kush TV. You on the air? What up?
What's going on, Kev? Water World.
Water World. What's up, champion?
Remember when Trump was saying it's your choice, though?
When he
if you want to take that shot or not? Remember Trump kept on saying that. He said it's your choice, though.
Well,
he said,
I just played it right now.
If you want,
I just played it.
You could take exactly. You could take it if you want to. It's your choice. But what I'm going to do is take this hydrochloroquine, the zinc pack. Remember when he got sick and went to Andrews base?
Yes.
The hospital, came back, said, I feel, it took me like a day or two. I feel good. I feel healthy.
Yes.
I'm back in top shape. And then just a narrative too, like, come on, we just went through the COVID. And then the president's quote unquote, we got these doctors and these pharmacies, and they said that they got the cure. Trump is not a doctor. They said it works. He's gonna go with the agenda if it works, because that's gonna cause chaos.
He used it. They said it worked, and that's what it was. Joe Biden used it too, and it worked. All of them everybody got sick, and then they all got to use what Donald Trump was already vouching for, so it did work because all of them got sick and had to use it.
And he was on the therapeutics already. He was telling us to use therapeutics, even the the Clorox, the light, the blue light, and the Clorox go out in the sun. He gave us all therapeutic and holistic methods before he even said the vaccine.
Exactly. So
and then these are.
What do you think about what she's doing? The multiple hats she's wearing. What do you think about that?
No, you called her ass out a year ago, because I remember when you said, "Oh, Candice Owens is great." Then, like a month later, you was like, "Nah, she too much against our people." You called it. You said this. Like I remember, because I was on the Candice Owens bandwagon too. And then you brought up key points, like why is she always bringing our people down?
Yeah.
Why is she always talking about our people in the negative light?
Yeah.
Then I don't know what you seen back then already to let us know. Nah, she ain't right. You didn't let us know she wasn't right, Kev.
How could you not be for? How could you misrepresent history in a way that you're doing, and not be for reparations given the correct history that happened to these people? That's just I hear you, but even Trump know what happened. Even these presidents know. We look back in our own. So who are you? And then come to find out right now at this moment that she's Blixet, and she's been anti conservative and just saying some wild shit. She got some sexually explicit shit she's been saying over the years at that. But we're going to be bringing up anal sex and when she thinks about anal sex and all of this and much, much more. Go ahead.
And then you got her too because you said we know who your boss is. Your boss is the same people that ran the transatlantic slave trade. The same people that was you called us already. You told us what she was doing. We know why you like this because look who's in charge of you. The same people that's in charge of you is the same people that got us in this predicament. And we see the play right now because you are part of the bankers.
That's
Y'all
right.
Trying to hide all this money.
Her husband is a Lloyd of London, one of the big insurers. So not only did she make money off of Black Lives Matter, her husband and family also make money off the destruction of the black neighborhoods that they destroyed as well. And they also invested in the destruction. Press one.
and they still getting paid because now we just found out you Lloyd of London is the insurance.
Yes.
So y'all getting paid on the back end too. Y'all insure body parts.
That's right.
Y'all insure vocals. Y'all insure everything.
We're gonna get into everything they insure, but let's keep it along the realm so we don't get lost in everything else. Let's keep our focus right on the topic of what they really got, just what we're waking up to as far as what they insure on this topic.
And then you can tell Trump sensed that already because Trump must be listening to you with all his ideological subversion. He seen that. He know who on his team because he was like, that's fake news. He got Republicans. He called them rhinos. They supposed to be on my team, but they're really against me. Yep. All these folks is against me. Everybody from the Democrats to the Republicans is against me.
They all against
all he's doing is just filtering out the system. I got you now.
Dirty. That's why they against them playing foul because look at Andrew Tate. Now look at these people. Oh, shit. Andrew Tate's a trafficker and Candice and all of these red pill and black pill. Yeah. And come to find out she's one of the biggest trolls ever when it comes to
the biggest one. Like she reminds me of the black Jocelyn Maxwell. When you show that pic when she was with Andrew Tate and Kanye, Milo, what's that boy name they put up Milo? I'm looking at this, I'm like, oh man, they all work together. They're all smiling in Trump's face like, yeah, we got him. Not knowing Trump really got y'all because now y'all complicit. He got y'all committing crimes in real life time.
He got you in real time.
And that's what I'd say, Kev. But you killing him, bro. God bless you.
God bless America. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, yes, sir.
That's the GBI network. Press one. These are just these are spies to me trying to get up under the president.
He just genuinely believes that, and he needs to sit down and have a full conversation with someone. I was interviewing him in that circumstance, but he needs to have a larger conversation to really understand what's going on and why.
I know for a fact that there are people on his team that bring him the news headlines in the morning, which is totally normal. That's what happens when you're president. They try to highlight. There's a lot of news sources, and he goes through that and he accepts that as the narrative. So that's why you would see so many tweets of him hitting back.
So you're better than the news sources that he gets. You're better. You're more because he's old. Is that what you're saying? Press one. These people don't lost their brains. They don't lost their brains. (424-209-9506). Okay? Let's go to the facts, okay? Fact check. Did Candice Owens run a liberal blog before becoming conservative? Press 1 and subscribe to the network. This FUBU, for us, by us, all the black people who are Democrats here getting a conservative rude awakening, caller. And all the Republican conservatives is getting a taste of the urban conservative at the same damn time. Everybody in class together. Press 1. Coffee and Kush TV on the air. What's up?
Hello, and this is Deborah.
Hey, Deborah, what's on your mind?
You are so good. What's on my mind is I went doing a little looking for Miss Candice Owens.
Yes.
And on her real Candice Owens Twitter account,
Yes.
she has listed that in Yale and Harvard, she went to school with Farmer's stepsister, Olivia.
Okay, the attorney.
I don't know what she is, whether she's a softball coach, a basketball coach,
Okay, go
or
ahead.
what, because I cannot find a picture of her, Olivia Farmer, of the Farmer dynasty.
Okay, go ahead.
I can't prove that it's her because they all look like Pearl to me. They just all look like Pearl to me.
What?
Uh-huh.
All right,
when
go
I go
ahead.
look for Olivia
you,
Farmer.
you send me a picture?
I sent you the link stating that the sister is claimed to be the stepsister, which she went to school with in Harvard and Yale. But when I find the pictures, they're so manipulated to look like Pearl. Anybody that's called Olivia Farmer in America is softball, basketball coach.
Because that's what I
such as
thought
that.
about. Because I said, wait a minute. But
Yeah,
I don't.
but the pictures are so manipulated. They're just manipulated.
Oh, okay.
They're
So
not
I
a true
don't.
person in my eyes.
I have no idea about. Elizabeth Farmer is a cartoon character by Disney with red hair, freckles. Yeah.
She's also listed as a
Fox,
helper of Disney on her first webpage.
The Fox and the Hound. Olivia Hannah. She is voiced by Hannah Farr. Wait a minute. Okay.
And there are no dorm room pictures.
Okay. Anything else, ma'am? Anything else?
There are no dorm room pictures of the two of them together, but it seems like they did Prager online together for real.
Okay.
Prager
So
University.
we're gonna talk about this off air. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you so much. Anything else?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Gotcha.
Okay. Thank you so
no,
much.
thank you.
Oh my goodness.
You are saving so many lives. I mean, the millions upon millions of souls that you will create to be able to see the face of God. Only through KevRow University can I see. Thank you, sir.
Well, thank you so much, young lady. Thank you so much. I love that. I love her spirit, Ray. All right, so look, fact check. Did Candice Owens run a liberal? Conservative commentator Candice Owens have become Monday's top trending Twitter topics after tweeting about President Trump's conservative political action CPAC speech Sunday that led to the widespread social media criticism. If you guys are wondering about what actual feminism is Donald Trump having the courage to stand up on stage and call out the insanity of biological men dominating women's sports, blah, blah, blah. But on Monday, she addressed her Twitter. I'm trending right now. I'm about to go public. Let me see here. She threw me off. Let me see. Oh, so did she run a liberal? Well, we found out that she actually did run a liberal, which is Degree 180. We actually found it. So that was great. So there's no question about it, did she? But the questions were always out there. There it is, Degree 180.
Mom, Dad, I'm a lesbian. I like girls.
Uh-oh. What in God's name I just put on here? Okay. Okay, let me I don't want to take nothing out of context. Let me bring this up a little smaller so I can read. Wait a minute. Just like I said, the lesbians and LGBT took over everything. Wait a minute. What? I hope it's a follow-up. I'm going to let this ride. This is insane. Hit that like button and subscribe. Hold up.
Mom, Dad, I'm a lesbian. I like girls. Oh, sweetheart. We always knew. The bottom line, we just want our children to be happy, and we love you regardless. Brave soul. Oh, thank you guys. Oh, also, I think I might be a conservative. I don't understand. I can't breathe. Hey, get that camera out of my wife's face. Get out of my face. Guys, it's totally fine. It's okay. I just, think a little more conservatively. But sweetheart, you're black. Yeah. Look, it was a crazy election cycle, a lot of emotions. We're gonna get you somebody to talk to, and you're gonna work through this entire mess. No, Dad, this is who I am. What about Beyonce? Yeah, what about Beyonce? You like Beyonce, you love Beyonce. Beyonce is a liberal. What's going on? I still do. It's just as a general rule, I don't think the Billboard 100 should dictate my political alignments. And what about all of our Spanish-speaking friends? I knew there were too many Caucasian people in this neighborhood. Oh, that's good, honey. Mm-hmm. Make me the bad guy, Mrs. I can't live without those hedges. Well, we're gonna need those hedges when the neighbors find out that our daughter is in the KKK. What? Guys, this is getting completely out of hand. Mom, I'm still black, and I still like Hispanic people. I simply think that we should maybe put the economical future of this country ahead of the social issues. That is all. Sweetie, can you please just be gay?
I'm fucking dead. Wow. Wow. Alrighty then. It's different. It's different. This is good. Exactly what I thought. Exactly what I thought. So these people out here saying they turning and this one and that one. I told y'all they were the one pushing for the same agendas that they say they're against. The Fox and the Hound, Olivia Farmer. I'm going to talk to Debbie about that. Is that it? Is that it? Shout out to the people who contributed to this page today. Mrs. Bailey, of course. Shout out to you. Shout out to Fletcher Berkeley for attending class, of course. Brian, shout out to you, King. Teresa, Ryan, Noel, shout out to you. Jason Harris and Taj, shout out to you guys for contributing to, and Miss Taylor Hornick, Teresa yesterday. Thank you guys for tuning in, contributing to this program of truth. I've never seen it like that. I've never seen it like that. That's like, well, what can you say? What can you say? As I say, the layers of Candice Owens just going to fly right off if they haven't already. This is like, what in Lord's name are you? Who are you? Candice Owens was the CEO of the anti-Trump liberal-leaning website called Degree 180. She wrote in 2015, it was a good news that the Republican Tea Party will eventually die off. Wow. Degree 180 also talked about. Then just look at this. Look at this. These people ain't lying on you, girl. Press 1. And she talked about Trump's penis size and him being a racist with an immigrant wife. Press 1. So why are you acting like this is new? Stop acting like you're not. Since Candice likes to judge people by their past, look into hers. She'll say she changed more like a marketing gimmick to get rich. And in fact, yes, $7 million richer, of course. Two of the newest star of the Trump movement ran a Trump bashing publication less than 2 years ago. Press 1. Hit that like button and subscribe. So this is for show. Real. Okay? Even the whiplash of standard Trump world Candice Owens' rise have been fast. 10 months ago, the 26-year-old posted her first politically themed video on YouTube, a reenactment of coming out and conservative appearance and amid allegations of racial bias. The conservative campus advocacy group Turning Point USA hired Owens, who is black and is the director of urban engagement. Press 1. Oh, Kanye West tweeted his approval of Owens' thoughts. Last week, President Trump tweeted that Owens was part of a group of very smart thinkers and that she is having a big impact on politics. And this week, Owens mingled with Jared Kushner and Ivanka Trump at the dedication. Wow. 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 Owens did not immediately respond to requests of comment and view where young just boom, boom, boom. So she's been anti-Trump this whole time. So you're just like those women you say accusing people of things and just coming out. For what? For what? Candice Owens once wrote a piece about anal sex, heterosexual males. What's your opinion with anal sex? Is her piece, Owens claims men like anal sex because of dominance. And let me quote. In her piece, Owens claimed men like anal sex because of dominance and said heterosexual anal sex is a step below mellow sex. These people are fucking weirdos, bro. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Let me see what this is. Let me see. What is the point? It feels better in the front. Plus, there's an added benefit of having the natural lubrication versus whatever messy jellies and lubes are required to effectively slip in to the back. And then this, what's? Oh my goodness, this woman. It's something else. It's something else, and you can't. Oh, look at this one. Candice Owens used to own, and look, example, fucking girl code. I can hook up with your ex-boyfriend if I want to. The reason stay-at-home wives tend to be batshit crazy. Oh, okay. Okay. Fuck girl code. I can hook up with your ex-boyfriend if I want. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Let me get out of here. I gotta clear my mind. I gotta eat. I'm just like, what the fuck? Candice Owens is completely, and also, this is out of bounds. I just wanted to give you guys a clear perspective on Candice, that she is more than likely bought and paid for by Lloyds of London, spokesman for over there, people who live over there but trying to convince you to give up your Democrat vote. It's tampering with voters. It's get out of here. It's like tampering with voters. Get out of here. Black people don't even like Candice Owens. So I'm glad that she came out against Trump. So even Trump supporters can look at her and say, wow, this is real, double cross. And who are you? And now that I know Andrew Tate, is a trafficker, press one more than likely going to be convicted as a trafficker. I see why you don't like Donald Trump. Press one. And it probably have to do with your trafficking friends. Press one. Hit that like button and subscribe to this channel. It probably have something to do with her sex trafficking friends that she's fighting and advocating for. Hashtag red pill, black pill. I love everybody that's out there. Shout out to the people who contribute to my page. Sign up to patreon.com/Kev Gills TV and support the real. Don't support the phony. Candice Owens got some explaining to do, and we'll be back with some more GBI investigative journalism tomorrow morning or later on tonight. Coffee and Kush TV channel 15.